हरि ओम। ओम पार्थाय प्रतिबोधितां भगवता नारायणेन स्वयं व्यासेन ग्रथितां पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम् अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीम् अष्टादशाध्यायिनीम् अम्ब त्वामनुसन्दधामि भगवद्गीते भवद्वेषिणीम् प्रपन्नपारिजाताय तोत्रवेत्रैकपाणये ज्ञानमुद्राय कृष्णाय गीतामृतदुहे नमः। वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पाद शङ्करं लोकशङ्करम्। Bhagavad Gita, a conversation with God. Today, chapter 15, shloka number 16. Dvavimau purushau loke ksharaschaksara eva cha ksharas sarvani bhutani kutasthoksara uchyate. In this chapter, the tree of samsara was explained, and by the sword of detachment, that tree has to be totally cut off right from its roots. And once you do that, you have to search for that supreme abode, reaching which you will never come back. Then that supreme abode was explained. That supreme abode illumines everything, but it is not illumined by the sun or the moon or the earth. It supports the earth, prevents it from falling, prevents it from disintegrating. It nourishes all the crops. It makes them healthy and tasty. It digests food by being the fire in the stomach. All these were explained. Now today, Dvavimau purushau loke ksharascha akshara evacha. There are two purushas. One is called Shara, that which is destroyed, and the other is Akshara, that which can not be destroyed. Kshara sarvani bhutani kutastho akshara uchyate. Krishna himself explains what is that Shara and what is Akshara also. Kshara sarvani bhutani, whatever creation is present in this universe, all living beings, everything, right from a pillar to Lord Brahma, everything is Shara. They all get destroyed one day. And Akshara is that which is responsible for the birth of all these things. All the desires, the karmas, that is the vasanas of each living being, it is present. Only because of those desires and karmas, a living being is born on earth. The total combination of all these desires and actions that is actually why living beings are born on earth. That seed for the entire creation. That is called Akshara. And that seed for creation can never be destroyed. It is so huge. It always exists. Those desires and actions may get destroyed for any one particular person. That means he gets liberated. But the entire thing, it always exists. So it is called Akshara. That Maya. Only because of that, everyone gets deluded. They totally forget that they are that Brahman, and they think, I am this body, I am this body. That Maya, that is Akshara. Kutastaha, it is called Kutastha, the one which deceives. The one which actually cheats, it deceives. So it is Kutastha. Uttamah purushastvanyah paramatmetyudahृतः yo lokatrayamavishya bhibarti avyaya ishwarah. Uttamah purushastu anyaha paramatma iti udahृतः. And apart from these two Purushas, that Shara and Akshara, you have a Purusha different, totally different from these two. He is totally untouched by these upadhis, untouched by these limitations, untouched by the body, the senses, the ahankara, the intelligence, untouched by that avyakta which is responsible for the birth of all living beings. He is totally different and separate from all these, and he is called as Paramatma, the Supreme Brahman. That is the third entity. Yo lokatrayam avishya bibharti avyaya ishwaraha. He enters the three worlds and supports them. The three worlds, this earth, the space and heaven, or that is Bhurbhuva Swaha. They can also be explained as the physical entity, the physical form, and then the mental form, and finally the spiritual realm. The physical realm, what you see, that is one thing. Next is the mental realm, the subtle things which you cannot see. And beyond that also exists the spiritual realm. These three are the three lokas. Having entered these three lokas, that is the Paramatma operates in all these three realms. He supports these three lokas and he can never be destroyed. Ishwaraha Narayanakyaha Ishanashilaha, says Shankara Bhashya. The one who controls, one who is called Narayana. Yasmaksharamati-toham akshārādapi chottamaha atosmi loke vedecha pratitah purushottamah. Yasmaksharamati-toham akshārādapi chottamaha. I, being beyond that Kshara and Akshara, superior to both. So I am called Purushottamaha. Because he is superior to both the Purushas, he is called Purushottamaha. And he is known as Purushottamaha Loke Vedecha in the Vedas and also in other kavyas and other books written by various poets and authors. Generally, Purushottama is the name for God. It is very popular. Here, the reason for calling him as Purushottama. Why is God known as Purushottama? That is explained. Because he is superior to both the Purushas, Kshara and Akshara. Yo mamevamasam janati purushottamam sasarvavid bhajati mam sarvabhavena bharata. One who knows me like this, one who knows this Purushottama without any doubt, without any delusion, he knows everything. And he worships me in all ways. Worships me in all ways means he becomes myself. He is me in all possible ways. The best way of worshipping God is becoming himself. It was already said. Among the various types of devotions, the devotion of a jnani is the supreme. So, one who understands this thing called Purushottama, one who clearly understands what are the two Purushas, what is the Purushottama. Again and again, that clear differentiation between the body and things associated with it and the subtle body which we are not able to see, our vasanas which are responsible for our birth, and something exists totally different from these two, the Atma, the Supreme Brahman. Once you are able to clearly differentiate these, then you attain wisdom, you are wise. One who attains that wisdom becomes myself. He is in no way different from me. He is everything he sees as God. He sees God everywhere. He knows nothing other than God. He himself is God. Iti guhyatamam shastram idamuktam maya nagha etad buddhva buddhiman syat kritakrityascha bharata. Iti guhyatamam shastram. This shastra is it's a great secret. Earlier, right in the beginning also, we started that. It is a secret because nobody can understand it. It may be screamed out from rooftops. Everyone may keep saying, Brahman, Brahman. So many Upanishad lectures may be given, but still, the actual thing is so very difficult to understand. It is so very difficult to attain. And very few are interested in it, and even those who are interested among them, very few actually succeed in attaining it. So, it's a great secret. And that was said by me to you. Anagha, O pure one who is without any sins. That's why I told you, I will not tell this to everyone. It is called Shastram. Actually, Bhagavad Gita, the whole thing is Shastra. This particular chapter itself is called as Shastra because the essence of Bhagavad Gita has been said in this chapter. And in this chapter, Yastam Veda Sa Vedavit. One who knows this knows the complete Vedas, it was said. And again it was said, Vedaischa sarvaihi ahameva vedyaha. Through all the scriptures, it is me who should be known. So again and again it has been said, if you know what is said in this chapter, then you know the entire Veda. So this chapter itself is called as Shastra. Etad buddhva buddhiman syat. One who understands this is intelligent. Others are not intelligent. Don't think you are so intelligent. I am a great scholar. I am so intelligent. Because you have learnt so many things. You have got 2 or 3 degrees. You are a great scientist. You are a PhD. You are a research scholar, whatever it be. Unless you understand this, you cannot be called intelligent. Kritakrityascha Bharata. And once you understand this, you have attained what is to be attained in life. Your life has become fruitful. There is nothing more to attain in this life. You are born on this earth, and the ultimate that can be attained is this wisdom. So once you attain that, it means your birth on this earth has become fruitful. Or Kritakrityascha can also be explained as you have actually done what is to be done on earth. You have accomplished a great thing, Arjuna, because you have heard from me, that Supreme God, Vedavit. Vedaischa sarvaihi ahameva vedyaha. That person, from him, you have personally heard this supreme knowledge. So, you have attained what is to be attained. You have accomplished a very great thing. With that ends the 15th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita. Tomorrow we'll begin the 16th chapter. Hari Om.